So hearty welcome to all the bankers in this early morning class. And this session is especially for the bankers who missed the examination of the JIB by only few marks. Okay, and that marks range between the 1 to 10 marks. If we say, like suppose that anyone who just got the marks between the 30 to 40, and anyone who just missed the examination by only 1 to 2 marks. Okay, so this session especially for you, and if you are starting your preparation for November December session of the JIB, so this session will be really helpful for you. Okay. So in this session, I would like to just explain you like what kind of the questions that has been asked in this accounting paper of your JIB examination. And before to proceed further, I would like to say, if you're new on the Officers Adda 24/7, hit the subscribe button and download the Adda 24/7 application so that you can get regular update from our side. Okay. So quickly, I'm just starting the session of the things to learn from the JIB AFB June examination, because as usually whenever your examination is completed, we summarize the data. Okay, and if I just talk about especially for the accounting subject, so I just summarized all the questions that has been asked, and I just want to just say here that like based on this, because we just want to analyze that how IIBF just like what pattern IIBF just want to follow, and based on the same pattern I would now just teach you on that basis. Okay, so this session is a very important, and quickly I just want to just elaborate here that what kind of the questions that actually has been asked in this JIB accounting examination, and what things you have to be learned, because the most of the bankers actually saying this paper is a difficult level or this paper is the toughest level. And when I just summarize all the questions here, then you will realize that this is not so much tough. Okay, this is not so much difficult. We can say that this is moderate level paper. Okay, and you can easily grab the 50 marks if you just approach, if I say that if you having the right approach, then you can clearly just able to clear this examination of the JIB. Okay, so now I just want to tell you that what kind of the questions that actually has been asked, and I actually summarized all the questions pattern. And okay, and I just because I just asked so many bankers like what kind of the questions that is actually just came into your question paper of the accounting. So based on that, I just want to elaborate you everything here. Okay, so the very first chapter that is of your calculation of the interest, that is of your calculation of the interest and annuity, right? So when we talk about this chapter, that is calculation of the interest and annuity, so you can just realize here there is a question from the rule of 72. There is a question that is from the annuity due. Okay, and both things I actually explained you, like the very simple formula based or you question get from the annuity due topic. And from here you actually just got the question like of the 2 marks, and from the rule of 72 that question is of the 1 mark. So you can see that the 3 marks you actually getting like with the formulas here. Okay, if I further say the AMI based question is also there. Okay, so rule of 72, annuity due, AMI based questions that you actually get in your examination. Okay, for the second chapter, that is your calculation of YTM. Okay, so for the second chapter, that is calculation of the item, as per that this is chapter all about the bond. Okay, like what is the bond, what are the features of the bond that we actually discussed in our batches, right? And on the YouTube sessions I actually explained you a lot of questions related to the bonds also. So bond related questions, there are some questions that may be of the theoretical, and the some questions that is stated on the basis of the YTM, and the YTM based questions actually as per the data I having as per the YTM related questions, there actually 3 questions were Okay, so there were three questions in the examination paper, and that of like two questions are of the 2 marks, and the one questions are of the 1 mark. Okay, so this is also very important to understand. Now, third chapter. Like you can understand in this calculation of the YTM, there are a lot of questions that may framed. Okay, one more question I just skip here. Okay, one more question there is from the modified duration. There is a one question also from the modified duration, right? There is also one question there. Okay, now third chapter, that is your capital budgeting. So capital budgeting, and you can understand here based like from the calculation of the YTM, actually examiner ask 6 to 7 marks questions. Okay, because modified duration question is also of the 2 marks. Modified duration question is also of the 2 marks. So this is a, and there is a only formula you have to put. Okay, there is a only formula you have to use, and like the simple calculation is there, and there is nothing have to do. Okay, now capital budgeting, if I just talk about this chapter, that is a capital budgeting. From the capital budgeting, you actually just got the net present value question, like the cash flow method. Okay, payback method, straightway question you are just you just having in the examination of the payback method, and NPV, internal rate of return, and ARR based one theoretical question, based one theoretical question. Okay, so you can understand from the capital budgeting, like you getting NPV, payback method, and an NPV, IRR, ARR based one theoretical question. Look, what I just want to convey here, I just want to convey here one important thing here, that when we talk about the JAIIB examination, you having the 120 questions, you having the 120 questions. Okay, and if I just talk about one by one every chapter, then you can understand here, like every, like in this examination, because some questions are of the point 0.5, some questions are of the 1 mark, some questions are of the 2 marks. So examiner have a wide range. Okay, so examiner actually ask from every topic of every chapter. Okay, so that I just want to explain here. Okay, now if I say on the fourth note, your chapter, that is a depreciation. Okay, so from the depreciation chapter, SLM based, state line based, or simple questions, you just received there, sum of year digit method, sum of year digit method base questions there were. Okay, and if I say written down value written WDB based method question is also there, written down value method. Okay, so like these kind of the questions, they're also from the depreciation chapter. Okay, and these all are the methods you actually understood in this chapter also. Like another chapter, that is your foreign exchange arithmetic. Okay, from the foreign exchange arithmetic, we actually saw that is a simple cross rate method based questions. There were simple cross method question. Okay, like the rupees and the dollar direct quotation is available, and you have, and the dollar and the euro direct quotation is available, and you have to find out the relationship between the rupees and the euro. Okay, so simple cross rate based method question is there, and the value dates, like if you just watch my sessions on the like batches, then you can understand how how I just explained all the things here. Okay, so value date based or simple question is there, and conversion of the currency based question is there, conversion of the currency based question. Like if any person want to if any person is having the dollar. Okay, if any person is having the dollar, and you having the some million rupees, and you having the some million rupees, so like how much deposit, like how much dollar that is going to be credited in your account. Okay, so this is, you can understand as a conversion of the currency. And I'm really, I just want to say here that, like now I having the lot of questions, like, and based on that I just going to teach you everything in my next batches for the November December classes of yours. Okay, so this is all from the your module A. Okay, so like from the module A, you just going, you actually just getting these kind of the topic, these kind of the chapters. Okay, now understand the module B. Okay, just understand the from the module B, and I'm sure you just taking the screenshot of that also. Okay, so from the module B, if I just talk about your first chapter, that is about the accounting standard. And if you just remembered, I just explained you that in the accounting standard you only have to know about like which accounting standard states what. Okay, and like why, what is the purpose of this accounting standard, that is only important thing here. And I actually explained all the accounting standards in the story based. So like this is really helpful for you, because in your book there are a lot of pages are given, and you, if you just going to memorize everything, then it really time consuming. Okay, and it is useless for this examination. So accounting is standard, and what accounting standard states what, and what is the purpose of that accounting standard. Based on that, simply two questions there in your examination. Okay, next is a basic accountancy procedure. And basic accountancy procedure, and you can understand this chapter is all about your accounting concept. Okay, so like accounting concept, the one question that is like at the reporting stage and at the recording stage, what concept uses. Okay, and this is a very obvious question, because we actually start the chapter with that. Okay, like what accounting, if you remember that, like you can also just revise from that from that session of the basic accountancy procedure, like the first slide of mine class, that is of the at the recording stage, at the reporting stage, if you remember that. Okay, so basic accountancy procedure, there were questions from the accounting concepts. Okay, so accounting concepts, and there were three questions of that. Okay, like the cost concept, money measurement concept, dual aspect concept. Okay, so one question is of the dual aspect concept, one question is from that your cost concept, and one question is from like at the recording stage and at the reporting stage. Like you have to there find out that in which concept is not uses in the reporting stages. Okay, and you can understand the answer there. There is a cost concept. Okay, after that, after the basic accountancy procedure, another chapter, that is your maintenance of the cash subsidiary books or the ledger. Okay, right. So as per my data, that there is no question from the like single, double, triple column cash book, but there is a question from the laser. Okay, like laser uses what? Okay, laser is used for what, right? So laser based, there were two questions for from the laser based. There is a question of the like laser, like laser is used for what? Okay, so this is maintenance of the cash subsidy books or the laser. But the important thing you have to understand, this chapter is actually create the foundation for your debit and credit entry. Okay, and from this chapter you actually get the very important questions of like the account categories. Okay, so account categories, there are a lot of questions from the maintenance. I actually skipped that. Okay, by mistake I skipped that. So if I say from account categories, there are a lot of questions in the examination. Like there were questions from like personal account, nominal account, real account as well. Okay, so there you have to find out which accounts are not belongs to the personal account, or which accounts are not belong to the nominal account. There you have to find out that. Okay, so account category based questions, there were based like the on laser based questions there were. Okay, so this is for your maintenance of the cash subsidiary books or the laser. Okay, after that, another chapter, that is a bank reconciliation statement, and this is always important chapter, right? So like based on that, you actually get a one numerical question in a very straight way. If you just watch my sessions, then you can clearly do that questions. Okay, so one numerical and the one theoretical questions there were from the bank reconciliation statement. After that, another chapter, that is your trial balance, and trial balance is always an important chapter. although you get the questions from the classification of the error. Okay, like one example is given and there is a question, or there is a question of like it belongs to which error. Okay, like error of the omission, error of the commission, that kind of the question, and rectification of the error. I think now you having realized that like all the things you already read. Okay, what the question has been asked, like all things you already have read from me or from any kind of the sources. This is a very important thing to understand. Okay, that's why I'm just taking this session for like what things you have to learn and what things you have to understand for your next upcoming examination of the November December. Okay, so from the trial balance, there is a question from the classification of the error as well as the rectification of the error. Like suppose that you have to debit the wages account, but by mistake you debited the machinery account. So how you should just rectify that? Based on that, there is a question from the rectification of the errors, right? Now, another chapter, that is capital and revenue expenditure. Okay, another chapter, that is from the like capital revenue expenditure. There is a direct question related to the capital expenditure as well as a revenue expenditure, and this is not the difficult question. Okay, like the capital expenditure as well as the revenue expenditure, there were direct questions based on that, like which expenditure related to like what kind of the expenditure. Okay, like maybe there is a one question from the like day-to-day business operations, that related to which expenditure. Okay, and there is a also question from the long run expenditure as well as a short run expenditure. So there you can just relate there, and if you just understood everything properly, then I'm sure that you mark that. Okay, so after that, another chapter, that is a bill of exchange. If you remembered, I just explained you that like how to make the journal entry of that. Okay, so journal entry based questions you actually got from the bill of exchange chapter, and that is from the bill of exchange question. There is actually the two questions. One question is from the point 0.5 marks and one question is from the 2 marks. Okay, so you can understand how importance to understand the journal entry, and this journal entry you actually prepare from the concept of from like this chapter, like the maintenance of the cash subsidiary books and the laser. Okay, so this is about your module B, right? I think now you understood like how easy or how it is not so much difficult examination, right? Now understand another chapter, now understand another module, that is your module C. Okay, so if I just talk about the another module, that is module C, and this is the last module I am just talking about, because module D is all about the theoretical and not more questions you just actually got from this module D. If I say from the module D, you actually got 8 to 9 marks questions also. Okay, so like now understand the module C. Okay, so module C, the very first chapter, if I talk about, that is the balance sheet equation. That is balance sheet equation. And you know the very important thing I would like to say, instead of the liabilities, there were questions that actually reported by the bankers, that the question is of the creditors. Like instead of the liabilities, there have been written the creditors, and also if we're talking about the informations is given in the terms of the advance. Okay, like advance taken by the company or advance given by the company. Okay, so liabilities, creditors, like there you have to find out, and based on that there were actually the two questions from based on the liabilities and the creditors, and the one questions based from the capital, like calculate the capital. Okay, and capital related questions I actually just explained lot of questions to you in on the YouTube sessions as well. Okay, after that, another chapter, that is your preparation of the final account. And you know, preparation of the final account is all about the trading account, profit and loss account, and the balance sheet. And you have to surprise to know that you actually got like a like you actually got like questions from each and every like trading account, profit and loss account, as well as a balance sheet. So from trading account, if you remembered like tip and tricks session, I explained you that how to make the trading account and what component you actually put under the trading account. If you remember that, I just explained you that the in the trading account we actually just record the direct expenses, okay. And in the from the profit and loss account, there is a question from the profit and loss appropriation, okay, profit and loss appropriation account. And from the balance sheet, there is a question from the head, okay, from the head, like under which head we are going to record which component, okay. So this is from the balance sheet, you are just going, you actually got the questions there. After that, another chapter, that is a ratio analysis, and you have to be surprised to know that only the questions you are getting from the current ratio and the quick ratio, and this is the very simple question you actually get. But very important thing that you actually got their current ratio based questions in the 2 marks, okay. So this is very important to understand that 5 marks questions you actually got from the ratio analysis chapter. And next is, if I say next is of your company account, okay. As you know that company account one, there is a very important thing I actually explained in the tips and tricks session. So issuance of the shares, so in the issuance of the shares, like I explained you how to make the debit and credit entry. And if you just watch my sessions on, if you just watch my paid batches, so where I actually explained the forfeiture of the shares, and the same question you actually got into your examination, okay. That's why I just received so many comments in my telegram group, like sir, I just got the 70 marks, 60 marks, okay. So that's why, because like whatever the important things there, I actually explained everything to you, okay, right. So issuance of the shares, forfeiture of the shares, like issuance of the shares, I think issuance of the shares based questions, hardly 1 to 2 questions there were. But forfeiture based questions, there were the questions like 2 questions there were, okay. So this is also very important to understand, like from the company account one. So now I just want to say here, because these all are the important chapters as well, like I always explain to you. So now you can understand that what things you have to be learned, okay. The very important thing that everything is important, like every topic, if I say that every topic is important, first thing. Second thing, that you have to be strong with your basics, okay. You have to be strong with your basics, because you can understand the most of the questions is not actually hard. The most of the questions actually comes or actually testing your basics there, okay, actually testing your basics there. Like I just explained you, instead of the liabilities, there is a question from the creditors, okay. So now there you have to understand, you actually have to find out the liabilities there. So you know, this is a very smallest thing, but this actually creates the basic. And that's why I just always told you that, you know, like you always have to be strong with your concept, right. So every topic is important, basic should be very strong. And always focus on the numericals, like always focus on the numericals, which I'm just only talking about the numericals from the module A, and the and the A1 chapter, that is a bank reconciliation statement from module B, okay. So numericals based questions, if you just good with your numerical from the module A and the bank reconciliation statement, then from there you can also grab easily, you can grab 20 to 25 marks in this examination. And that I just explained you, like in the module A, which kind of the questions that has been asked, okay. So this is the third thing that you have learned, okay. Now fourth thing is a very important thing, that batches are very important, because you know, through the batches you actually just study in the disciplined way. Like if I just talking about, if any batch having the time 9 to 10, like I'm just suppose I'm saying any batch timing, that is the 9 to 10, That means between 9 to 10 you are actually studying something, okay. And you can now understand, because if you're relating what kind of the questions I just explained here, I explained like here. So now you can just relate it to that, because I having all the summarized data, right? Like whatever the questions I just explaining here, then you can just relate it to that the same question has been asked into your paper. So you can understand, based on that we actually prepare you for the next examination, okay. So batches are important, and most important, before the examination you actually having the pet test from the mock test also, okay. So these all things are very important, and the you have to be learned that this paper is not difficult, this paper is not difficult, this paper is a moderate level, this paper is a moderate level, this is not difficult. And you can now understand, it is so easy to grab the 50 marks from just for just understanding these important chapters that I explained here, like module A complete, module B complete, and module C some chapters, okay. So you can understand, like it is very easy to grab the 50 marks from the accounting subject, and that's why I'm here for your like preparation, okay. So a very important update I would like to say, that if you want to enroll for any batches, so you can enroll with the code that is Y422. Okay, with this code you are going to get the big discount, like on the batches. The most important thing I just want to tell you here, just a minute, like something like some discount you actually get with the percentage, and some discount you actually get in the validity, like just give me a 1 minute for that, just a 1 minute, because what you have to do for because there is an offer that is running on the validity, okay. That means double validity, that offer is actually running for you. That's why I just explaining here, just a minute. Okay, so what you have to do exactly, you have to visit the adda247.com, and in the adda247.com you can just go to the find your examination, where you have to write that is JIB, okay. Here you can find the JIB CIB Maha Pack, okay. This is a very important information I am giving to you, because this is very this will be very useful for you for your upcoming preparation. So you can understand, like today, that is a double validity offer is going on. Like if this batch, like if we are talking about the Maha Pack, that is only valid for the 12 months, so you are getting the double validity, that means 12 months plus 12 months. If we are talking about the JIB ka Maha Pack, that there is a 6 months validity, that means now you are going to get the 6 plus 6 months validity, okay. That means double validity offer you are going to get. And now I'm just talking about the some features that you are going to get by enrolling in that, okay. And I'm just saying here that just do not watch the price there, okay. If you just use the code there, this will be reduced, okay. Now just understand the features there, like you will get like all the live classes, and this is also important that English medium and the bilingual, in both languages you will get the classes, okay. This is a very nice feature. So all live classes, all mock test series, all video solutions, video lectures, all revision batches, okay. All recorded video of the live classes, e-books, numerical batches, case study batches, topic wise questions. That means you are eligible for everything that actually coming into the Adda 24/7 store for your JIB CIB preparation, okay. So what you have to do, you have to go to the buy now section, because this is a very right time if you're just going to prepare for the examination for the November December session. So what you have to do, you have to just you have to just apply the code Y422 here, and when you just apply, then you can see that how much this price reduced, okay. Now you can see here that flat 77% off you are going you are just getting here, like on this JIB SEBI ka Maha Pack, and you only have to use the code that is Y422, okay. Now if I just talk about another Maha Pack, that is your JIB ka Maha Pack, okay. Just a minute, okay. So here you are getting the validity, that is 6 plus 6 months, that means 12 months validity you are getting. Like all the batches that are coming into this under 24/7 store of the JIB, like live classes, mock tests, revision batches, ebook, numerical, case study batch, that also you are going to get in the JIB ka Maha pack. And the one thing that what you have to do, you have to go to the buy now section, and where you have to use the code Y422. And now you can see that how much price has been reduced, and this is really very this is a really very good thing. Okay, just a minute. So here we have to apply the code Y422, and now you can see a price reduced here. Okay, flat 77% you off you are getting. So this I have to do, this I have to say for this session. So thank you everyone for joining me in this class. I hope you all just prepared, you all just going to prepare hard like this time. Okay, right? Okay, so thank you everyone for watching me here. Like this video and share this video to your friends, so that maximum number of our bankers can join with us in these kind of the sessions. Okay,